Greetings, Internet. Welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This is a continuation of my playthrough of Enemy Action Ardennes, playing the full game Allied Solo. We're up to December the 17th. First two impulses were done in the prior video. See if we can get two impulses done in this video. Two for the Germans and two for me. Let's go down the map and see what's going on. In the last episode, I did a counterattack and retook, who was it? Is it St. Vith? Yeah, I retook St. Vith and took out Camp Group Piper. I mean, it had depleted itself. And I've re-established the supply route with these guys, but that will only be fully determined in the next supply phase, which will be the beginning of the 18th of December. But at least we can get them out. However, it's now over to the Germans. Turn. So let's see what cards they get and see what they are going to do. They've got 19 cards remaining. They've done two impulses, hence what these dice are, and they've used up 6 cards. So it looks like they go through roughly 3 cards per impulse. Hence, with 19 cards, that looks like it's another 6 impulses. I don't know, it depends on how much attacking and such forth is done by me. But anyway, I'm using that as a guide. Right, okay. So neither of them are primary. So we're looking at the command number. So that is the command card, and that is the support card. Now it's got the word special. I don't think that counts, but I'll double check. Okay, so no, because it's got the word special. If this card had been here, then Eisenhower head of states would have applied, but it's not because we had to choose the highest command there. So it's now just a backup card. However, this card, we're looking at the first with the A on it. So it's activate 7th Army unit with the most non-bracketed 7th Army units within 2 X's and all those units. Okay, well, I added a brief count and it looks like it's this unit because non-bracketed, so the top unit there doesn't apply, but the other ones do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, whereas this unit here has got 1, 2, 3. So, and any of these other ones have got 1, 2, 3. We haven't got the 4. So that there is the actual unit. There's no 2 units with the same. Okay. Once the unit is located, activate it and all units within 2 hexes, including bracketed units. So effectively, that and those 3 plus the 316th Regiment of the 212th Division. Also, activate reserve units in the same corps as any of the on-map units. Well, the reserves haven't been transferred yet, so they've got no reserves. All attacks conducted in this activation benefit from the artillery combat tactic, which is unfortunate because the 5th Panzer Army has also got artillery. The support card. Go figure. Right. Okay. So let's go through the actual German sequence of what they actually do. All right. Remove any roadblocks adjacent to them. There are none. Relocate army objective marker. Okay, so that's their army objective marker. Does it relocate? No, they've got no one close enough to do so. So we're now moving the active units on map. And we've got to go through all those movement methods. So let me go through them and then let you know which ones I determine they actually move to. Well, this has been quite tricky because most of them don't apply. In fact, the only one that I can actually see that applies at the moment is an infiltration by one of these units here. Okay. Infiltrate towards objective. Okay, so their objective is here. So they're currently 1, 2 away. 1, yeah. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Only a unit eligible if it's in supply and stacked with an active non-bracketed unit not yet moved. If eligible, unit moves one hex closer to army objective. This is one hex closer to army objective. So even that doesn't really apply because that's 1, 2, 3 hexes away. That's 1, 2, 3 hexes away. So even that doesn't apply. Mechanized units may not infiltrate across river or into a forest. So there was one that says move closer to army objective. But again, that allied unit is in the way. And then another one, move adjacent to allied unit if not already adjacent. Okay. 2, 4, 5. See, that one could move there. A little this unit can't move because if he moves, he's in a zone of control there, and then he'll be in a zone of control there. So he can't move from a zone of control to a zone of control unless he can infiltrate, but he's not stacked with another unit. So none of these can move because it's not moving closer to the army objective. Do not move in advance if you do not. Yeah, okay. Do not move unit if currently surrounding allied unit. There currently is helping surround that unit. So, and this unit won't move again for the same reasons as a control. So that's it for their movement. Now their actual attacks. Remembering they do count as artillery. Okay, so we start with okay. German attack determination. This is done in ascending order, so we check this unit first, in combination with it. And now they're attacking across a river, so they're halved. So that's 5, that's 2.5. So 5, 6, 7, 3.5, so it's rounding down, so it's 3 to 3. He's also got the forest. That's going to add 1. And yeah, that's about it. But that would make it 3 to 4, which is less than 1 to 1. So that attack is cancelled. All right, then we check here. The lowest number is a 5, so these plus, so he's got a defense of 3, and we've got 3, 6, 7. Now, do we include the bracketed unit? Yeah, I can't see anything that says not. Okay. Is he defending anywhere in particular? He's defending a town. So, okay. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 5 to 3 because it's half to the river. 5 to 3 is 1.5 to 1. Oh, well, he's in a town, so he's not in a forest improved. Adjacent to supplied, no clear. He's unsupplied, so it's actually 5 to 2. That's 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Okay. Then we need to go through the. So we have to roll on the table to see if they do attack. Attack includes elites. No, Defender has no elite units. No, none of those apply. Attack activated by army or army group card. They're activated by the 7th army card. So that's a -1. And supporting card shows applicable combat tactic, which it does because it's artillery. So it's -2. So low is good. Roll of 4 becomes a 2. Cancel attack if less than 1.5 to 1. It's not. It's now 2 to 1. Or defender is in a non-VP town. Or defender in non-victory point town. They are in a non-victory point down. So the attack's cancelled. Hmm. So in actual fact, if they rolled a 3, so if they rolled a 5, okay, to take away 2 is 3, less than 1.5 to 1, or attacking from 1 hex. Or defender and non-VP town. I'll have to check that because that seems a bit bonkers. That's that's what it looks like. Again, anything I'm doing wrong in the comments there. So effectively, the only thing that moved was one armored unit, and they conducted no attacks. Hmm, strange, but there we go. Now, what that means, we bring up the German. That card gone. This card hasn't been used, so that now moves into that space. Does that mean now Eisenhower hesitates? I think it does. Okay, yes, so Eisenhower hesitates. That command is on the 17th, so that can now be played. The effect of that is, where is it? That's the other noise. Right, delay all units of the 82nd or 101 Airborne Division, my choice, by 1 day. Move the units to the December 19th space of the calendar. Okay, so where's the calendar? There it is. Right. So these are on the 18th. So 80 seconds, there's 4 units of the 82nd, and there's yeah. Uh, oh, I see the different cores. 101. I presume there's 4 units of the 101. Okay, so I've got to work out which are those are more urgent. I think the 101 are more urgent, so the 82nd have been delayed to the 19th. Let me put the 101 back. Okay. So that's actually it for them. Because once that's been accomplished, that goes back there. The German impulse is done. That was not very dramatic, was it? I think I'm going to get some more, or get some patterns boys onto the board. I'm going to play with my hand. Card 22, this one here. US 3rd Army, X, so 12th Corps, deploy all core reserves. Now, because I have got 3 units for the core reserves. And notice that's got an S on it, so that's a strategical reserve, whereas those 2 are normal reserves. Now the big difference is, right, so those 2 units from the 4th Division have got to be placed within 3 hexes of that unit. Actually, it's on near the map edge, so there's a slightly less restriction on that. I think it's within 2. Let me check. Yes, if it's a map edge X, the distance is reduced to 2. So I could place them there, or I can't place them there because it's not a map edge. But I could place them. Well, I don't actually see any reason why not to place them there, or there, or there. Because they've got to be within 3 of him, and they come at the same place. They can't. They definitely can't go there. So I think, yeah, we'll bring them in there. I think that fulfills those requirements. And then the armored unit. Now he's a special, so he can be brought in. An allied reserve unit with a printed entry date marked with S is considered an allied strategic reserve. Such a unit may be deployed by the standard method, which we've just gone through, or may alternatively be placed in any valid friendly supply road hex in the unit's core boundary and at least 5 hexes away from all enemy units and enemy towns and cities. This is reduced to 2 hexes is place the unit in a map edge X. Okay, well, where's the core area for this core? Well, it's quite restrictive. It's this dotted line here. 5 hexes from a German unit. Uh, hmm. Well, we could bring him in here. It's not exactly floating my boat, that one. If you bring him in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, he's too close. If we bring him there, yeah, this isn't reduced to 2 hexes, it's placing the unit in a map hex. Yeah, why not? Let's bring it in there so we can then bolt. I mean, to be fair, these Germans don't seem to be going very far down here on this southern part of the front. Which I could have done completely wrong. Again, let me know in the comments. But that's where the bulge came from, wasn't it? This was held. You can see the Germans are breaking through in the centre there, hence the name of the battle. So that concludes my impulse. Okay, so that's my new card I've just drawn. Get my hand back up to 5. And that was my 3rd impulse. So let's do the German 4th impulse. Let's close that box down, bring up the Germans. And there we go, drawing 2 cards. Okay, none of them are primary. So that's got a 2 there, so that goes into the command box. That goes into the support card box. Is there any event on it? No, no. Okay, so those are the 2 cards that the Germans are playing with. Okay, so we're looking at the 5th Panzer Army and the LV-111 core. So that's these in the blue. And it says activate all units in the core. Right, so we go through this normal sequence. All right, so remove roadblock markers. Adjacent to active German units. That be gone then. Any other? No. Okay. Relocate army objective. That was relocated earlier. That's still miles away, so that's not going to be relocated. And then we go through the move active on map units, procedure B, blah, 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 blah. And we can start placing detachments. Well, they've already placed detachments. Now, last time this activated by division, so but this time this unit can now actually move as well. Okay, let me go through the movement methods and determine what they're going to do. Okay, so I'm working my way through these. We're up to actually movement method 5, which is done in ascending order. Move adjacent to allied VP hex, and this is only for infantry. So that's an allied VP hex there. That is St. Vith. So this infantry unit here, that'll cost it 2 movement points to go to there, and then 3 to go in there. I think there's already a detachment in that hex. So I won't leave any detachment in the hex it's gone into there. And then, so that's that one done. Okay, that's the only infantry in that command. Okay, so it only counts for non-mechanized. So now we're doing into movement methods 10 through to 13, where we check individual units. Okay. These are done in ascending order. So the first one we look at is at number 1. And it's the only option it's got is move adjacent to an allied unit, if not already adjacent. So there it goes. Then number 2 would be the same. The reason why it moves towards that allied unit and not that allied unit is it closest to its army objective marker. So unit 2 will also go there. Okay. Um, Unit 3 is already adjacent. Now, will it move away from there? Let's have a look. I think this unit here actually uses movement method 2. Move to a hex closer to a unit army's objective, which that is, and adjacent to an allied VP hex. That's an allied VP hex, and that's close to the objective. So I should have actually moved that first into there. Okay. Does that mean so that infantry still applies? Okay. And that means this unit needs to move. And he will follow 1, 2, no, not double click, 3. Oh, this is under control there. Yeah, that was an infiltration. So he goes 3 to there. Let's double check that. His preference is the major arrow, but he has to use his full movement. So he's used 1, 2, then can go into there, which is broken, which is 2, 3, 4. And then back to the primary, which is 5 to there. Okay. Right. So that's the movement. So now we check for combat. And this is done in ascending order. Okay. So first of all, then, we have this hex versus that hex in ascending order. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 4. 2 to 1. Defender is in a forest. Oh, is in the forest. Yeah. Is an improved position? No. Adjacent supplied allied unit? No. Clear terrain? No. Unsupplied or dispersed? No. So it's a 2 to 1. 10 to 4. 10 to 5 is a 2 to 1. Oh, don't move those. By the way, this is the German 4th impulse. So I should have had that showing. Right. Low is good. 2 to 1. 4. Modifiers. Attacker includes elite. It does indeed. And defender has no elite yet. Okay, so it's -1. Attacker activated by army or army court. No, it's a core card. Supporting card shows applicable tactics, which is reinforced battle. I'm assuming that's an applicable tactic. Germans select 1. The unit stacks moves adjacent to the hex under attack and may split up. So yes, that's an applicable tactic. It's -2. It becomes 2. Less than 1.5 to 1 or defender in non-VP town. It is a VP town. It's worth 2 VPs. So the attack is going in. Wow. All right. Okay. Right, now let's have a look at this. Right. So draw 1 German card. Unless an overwhelming attack, apply the card's combat tactics. So let's bring up the German deck. There it is. All right, so this is the combat card. Assault coordination, which is different from the support card, so it does apply. Right. Okie dokie. Okay, so the actual combat card that's in the support position, this one here, reinforced battle, can't be used to reinforce here because I mean it's looking at probably this unit or this stack or at least one of those units, but it can't get to be able to reinforce the battle because if that unit moves into there, it's stopped by roadblock. If it moves into there, it can't move to there to reinforce the battle because stopped by zone of control. So that battle cannot be reinforced. So therefore that support card doesn't get used for this attack. However, we still have the assault coordination available. Would have been nice for the Germans to get some extra units there, but they didn't. Right. Do I want to play any combat cards? I'm quite conscious that I have a lot less cards than the Germans, so I think I'm going to keep them sweet and not use any. Right. So we now go to the chits. Yeah, play allied combat attack, draw combat chits. So let's see how many, because remember they take the full amount. There's the combat chits. Oh, I should have tidied that up. Let me do that. The Germans will draw the maximum amount of chits. In this case, it's 5. It's 1 for each unit. 1 for each combat tactic. Only 1 was applied this time, so that's 4. If the attacking units include 1 or more elite units, they do 5. And then none of the rest apply. So they're going to be drawing 5 combat chits on this 4th impulse of theirs. And let's just double check what that assault coordination does again. All friendly units adjacent to the enemy unit participate in the attack. Well, no one else can participate, even if not activated, but unactivated units do not advance after combat. If German, reduce the total hits incurred by the Germans by 1. So that's the advantage they're going to get. So they're going to get potentially 1 less hit. Right, so it's 5 chits. The odds, just double check, was 2 to 1, wasn't it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 4. So 2 to 1. Right, and 5 chits. First chit. Defender green, Defender elite. Doesn't apply. Defender is normal. Second chit. Attacker artillery. No, not this time. And I didn't play the artillery card, so that's 2 chits down. Nothing's happened so far. Attacker. Oh, blimey. They're not getting much luck of the draw, are they? 3, 4. Defender green. Really? Defender elite. Blimey. What a load of rubbish. It's in a town, forest and woods. It is. And city. It is not. Well, universally, that was pretty dire. But that's what happens. So absolutely nothing happened in that attack. All right, now checking here. Sorry, here to here. Well, actual fact, he could attack any of those 3. That would be a 1-to-1. That's 1-to-1. And that's 1-to-1. But which one does he go for? He goes for the VP hex, or attempt for the VP hex. It's a 1-to-1. Modifiers. Attacker includes. I was just messaged or put a comment in the section saying I made an error on this combat last time because it was a large attack. So I need to take another ally step loss. So there we go. Right. So now does that actually change? That's 4 to 2. That's 2-to-1, which is the preferred odds. So they will attack. Well, not necessarily. So I had to sort of double work out the odds. So it's 4 to 2. So that's the usefulness of commenting when I'm actually working stuff out. There you go. Please, all comments are, will be actioned if possible. Okay, so they're not in a forest, not in improved. They're adjacent to a supplied unit, but they're out of supply themselves. So it is a 2-to-1. Okay. With a -1 for supporting card shows applicable tactic. They rolled. That is the problem with some with this dice tower. Sometimes it falls there, which is I can move the camera a little bit like that. But anyway, with a 10, becomes a 9, less than 3-1. Attack is cancelled. All right, so they don't go because that reinforced battle would have actually meant that some of these guys would have come and joined in, but it doesn't occur. Right. Okay. Um. So that ends. They didn't get to use the reinforced card, so that actually ends that that core activation. So let me just bring up. Um, oh, brain's gone because of that. Sorry. Okay, that was pointed out by Bill. Well done, Bill. Thank you very much. Okay, so I've taken that extra step loss. So we're looking at the German cards. There we go. Right. So that didn't do very much. Neither did that. But this hasn't been used. So this means they will get a second bite at the cherry, as it were. So let me put those cards away. So this card. Right, first this is Panzer Corps, 6 Panzer Army. Let's see where that's going. That's up here. Right. Um, that's their objective marker, is it? Sitting on it. Let's actually put that on top at Malmedy. Oh, it don't want to be on top. Okay, it's there. Are they within proximate range? No. If they were here, then yes, but they can't get through to it anyway. So no, so the doesn't move. The army objective marker doesn't move. There's no roadblocks that are adjacent to it, so now we have to work out now. This is 1st SS Panzer Division, so it's 3, and the 12th SS Panzer Division. So the Volksgrenadiers do not move. So you activate one SS Panzer and 12 SS Panzer. All right. Okay. Unit 4 is the only ones that can move so far. Move closer to army objective. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. If he goes into there for 2 and in there for 3, he can follow that. And that's within 2, 4, 6 stacking limits. Unit 6 can't go into that hex. And so I think he sticks. Move closer to army objective. He can't, because that would be 2, 3, and then the zone of control will stop him. So that was actually, sorry, 3, 4, 5 into there. And that unit of 12th SS, Unit 5, move closer to army objective. Where's the actual arrows on that unit? So he can go there. Then he can't really go any further either. No. So his only option then is move adjacent to an allied unit. And with that, closest to army objective. So he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, which is closer to the army objective than that hex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right, because if he moved there, he'd still be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And he's moved adjacent to an allied unit. And that's it. There's only 3 of the 12th SS units. They're all there. And 2 of the 1st SS. There's only actually 5 actual active units that have moved. Right, so now you have to check to see if any attacks. We check in ascending order. So it's him first. So there'd be 5 plus 4 is, sorry, 5 plus 5 is 10, 14, 19 to 3 is the potential. 19 to 3. And he's in broken ground. So 19 to 3. In forest, no. Improved position, no. Adjacent to a supplied allied unit, no. Unsupplied dispersed, no. So it's 19 to 3, which is 6 to 1, which is an automatic attack. So they go in. Just double check that. 5, 10, 14, 19. Yes. Now, will he be involved? I think it's everything. I better just double check that. No, there's no reason why that doesn't go ahead. So now I draw a card for the support. It's reinforced battle, and if A, return this card to the draw pile. See, okay. It is going to be nasty. Reinforced battle. All right, let's bring that out of the way. Okay, the reinforced battle is with the lowest numbered unit that can actually get there, which is this armored unit here. Doesn't have to be an active unit. So in they go. They can reinforce. They can't get around the flank, or they can't get into to cut off the supply, but that's the attack now. So it's 5, 10, 15 plus 7, 22 to 3. So it's 7 to 1 attack. Okay, right. Do I want to play any cards to help that boy? Yeah, I don't like the sound of 7 to 1 odds. So I'm going to play. Let me bring up my hand. Okay, I got one that says also reinforced battle. So I'm going to bring that in. Play card. Allows me. It doesn't have to be the same core or anything like that. So 1, 2 into there. Okay, let's change the odds to 3 to 1. Still big, but let's bring up the combat chits. Okay. Right. 3 to 1. There we go. Okay, how many actual chits do we get? So it's dependent on the amount of units. I mean, minimum is 4. Maximum, well, there's 1, 2, 3. Get in the way. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 actual units. There's a minimum of 5. And then we have, for each combat tactic played by the attacker, +1. If the attacking units include 1 or more elite units, it does. There's another 1. For each attacking unit with 3 or 4 steps, none of them. The defender's out of supply, no. Defender isolated, no. So another 2. So as I said, they have 2 units in there, 2 units, 4. There's 5 units plus 2. That makes 7 actual draws, or chit draws, chit balls, as shown here. Okay, let's keep that first chit. Is the attack 8 to 1? No. Equal to or greater than 4 to 1? No. It was. It no longer is. Big red one's involved. Is it in a woods, forest, or city hex? No. It's in broken. Clear? No. So that one doesn't apply. Third chit. 5 to 1? No. Equal to or greater than 3 to 1? Yes. Fourth chit. Defender adjacent? No. Dispersed or unsupplied? No. Fifth chit. Dispersed or... No. Defender adjacent? No. Sixth chit. 6 to 1? No. Combat engineer? No. Wow. Sometimes these chits aren't very nice, are they? Only attacker has combined arms. Yes, they do. Double check the other side. Only defender. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shits. Attacker 1, defender 2. Okay. So as a defender, I am going to fall back 2 hexes. 1, 2. And become dispersed. I think, from memory, that's 2 steps. Yes, I can take that and then become dispersed. Suppose I should separate them because they could become separate, couldn't they? Right, so the Germans have got to take 1 hit, which they have to take. So it's signing more than 1 step loss. All units must receive 1 step loss before any other. Okay, and I've got to take it from the hex with the most steps. So it's 4 in there, 4 in there, and 2 in there. Then higher selector number. Okay, so that's a 4, 2, 8, or 5. So this unit takes the step loss. Okay, now we do the German advance. Now I've retreated 2 hexes. So check units for advance one at a time in ascending order. So we check unit number. Is there a 1 involved here? No, doesn't look like it. Maybe the one that was 1. Where's unit number 1 then? Is he gone? Oh, 1 was Piper. He's toast. Okay, so we're taking unit 2. All right. Is that following the arrow? It's following an arrow. So there's no 1 in that hex, so he advances into there. So this is where, now, do I check for his second hex advance, or do I do all the first hex advance? Okay. From now on, I'm going to be choosing that they advance the 2 hexes unless someone tells me otherwise, because I can't seem to find. So he will advance into there as his primary direction, and it's 0. So that's unit 2. Unit 3, he's got a secondary arrow. He can go into there, and then the primary arrow's there. So that is a 1 to 6, because there's already 1 unit in there. He will advance into that hex. 5. So he does advance into there. Okay, that's unit 3. Unit 4, that's this one here. Okay. All right, so he has to advance into there because that's where the combat was. And it's empty, so it's automatic. But then does he advance any further? There's 2 units in that hex. And he goes, no. Into a town or closer to army objective. Army objective's there. Could he advance into there or there? There's no. Is there any other arrow route? Oh, there is. So he can advance into that hex because of the secondary arrow to there. That's allowed. Right. So that's unit 4. Ah, I don't think they would leave. No, they don't leave a VP hex. That's unit 4. Unit 5 is this one here. So he has to go in there, and then he would then go there. Right. And this unit here, he would go into there, because that was the hex. And then 1 to 6, he will advance into that hex there. He does. Okay. No. No, 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 no. He doesn't advance at all because he wasn't part of the active formation. Right. Okay. So that's that attack on. And now the only thing we've got now to determine is if this unit will be mad enough to attack that. So there is 3, 4, 5 there. 4 to 5. It also gets an extra 1 because of the forest. No, it's less than 1 to 1 odds. So there's no attack. So that actually concludes that attack. Combat phase. And the German card is done. So they got two bites of the cherry with that impulse. Then it's over to me. Okay, I think I need some more units up the top there. The SS are actually breaking through. Um, but this guy is really causing problems. I can't deploy any allied reserves within 3 hexes of him. Now I've got two fifth corps units. What's actually up in there? This just could be knocked. Okay, I've got two fifth corps units. Let's bring that back. There we go. One from the ninth division. I don't think anyone's on the ninth division. Are they ninth division? And one from the first division. The first division got deployed within 3 hexes of there, but and then no closer than 3 hexes there. So it's looking like there. So I'm actually going to do that. So was that the first division? And yeah, first division. So he's got to come in there. I mean, I want someone here. I mean, I could move, but it's quite a weak and feeble unit. A ninth division. Hmm. We haven't got any units of the ninth division on, so I think there. And then hopefully we get a card that allows me to move them up. This looks precarious, doesn't it? He's going to jump through there. Let me just look. Show high counters. He will. Can I afford to do that? Well, hopefully that'll do. So I brought those in reserve. That's using um, all my cards, all my reserves. And from the allied hand, that's this card here. Deploy all core reserves. So I will now send to supplemental cards. Off it goes. Then I need to draw cards. Allied hand. Command. I've got one card remaining. So, well, so let's put it in there. And then send that card to the command stack. And there it is. And that is card 5, which we've used prior. So that's gone. Oh, yeah, I should have realized that. Because that was a card. Oh, yeah, that's also fifth corps. So hopefully I can get them active on my next impulse, because bringing in reserves doesn't count as activation. And I can plug this gap. I'm going to sort that guy out as well. But maybe they'll go next, because they're not under that kind of restriction of an impulse following an impulse. I think unless you're playing the Germans, I think that's a balancing mechanism. So yeah, so that's the end of my fourth impulse, and I think we'll call that the end of this video. So let's go back up to the top and have a little chat. Yes, when these Germans get going, they do absolutely bang, don't they? So yeah, I've got a couple of dispersed units there. The Germans are sitting on about 14 cards, so quite a few impulses still to go. And I am now, that was my last card for my draw. So I've got 5 left. So yeah, not good. Not good at all. I hope you're enjoying that. I am. And I suppose that's the main thing, because that's why I did this channel in the first place. I want to play games and have fun, and I want hopefully that I can translate that enthusiasm and enjoy over to you. I know this is a game that's been out for 9 years, but this is my first encounter with it. Someone made the question, is how does it compare to other Ardennes games? It's too early for me to really determine. And they asked about Ardennes 44. I've never played that game. I played one by the Gamers, which I think was called Ardennes, and I think another one called Iron something or other. And also the old SPI, the 4 games that were linked together. Uh, this is giving me the feel of the Bulge from what I've seen at the present moment. I do like the way the AI works. Yes, it takes a little bit of this going through, and I'm probably making mistakes here and there. Again, put it in the comments. But overall, yes, I'm enjoying it, and that's the main thing. So until next time, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying it. But play games, have fun. Bye, Internet.